Hey, family, give me 1 second. I got it zoomed in. All right, family, welcome. Good to see some of you all on. It's been way too long. Thank you for joining us and spending your evening with us. If you celebrate the Gregorian calendar and you're here in the US, then you're spending your New Year's Eve with us. So thank you for taking the time to spend with us and be here with us. We really appreciate it. And it's been a while. So in case you forgot who we are, I'm CJ Jamie. This is Sifu Fu. And we have Sifu Larry running around somewhere. I think he's checking our sound.
I just haven't spoken yet. Can you hear me? Oh, it's because I didn't speak.
Okay. Hold on. We're going to try that all over again. Oh my goodness, Darren, you are. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure because we're having some weird audio issues. Okay. I think you guys can hear us okay now. Let me know. And hey, family, thank you so much again for joining us. I'm going to kind of just we're going to start fresh. I'm your host, CJ Jamie. This is Sifu Fu. We got Sifu Larry. He's going to be making sure that we sound good. So give him a thumbs up if you haven't already.
I do it better, but
he's a work in progress, as all of us are. I'm trying to get Sifu Fu in here. See, there we go. Kind of all like wonky in here.
We just tilt that up.
If we tilt that up, then
I mean, no, tilt it.
Well, we're gonna
like
actually.
that.
Well, then you're gonna see up our nose, and that's gonna be weirder. All right, there we go. All right, okay, we're just adjusting on the fly. Sorry about that, fam. All right, so obviously this is our first live Q&A in way too long.
For some of you for the New Year's.
Thunderstorms and crazy weather that we've been having, which we had another weird storm that came through the middle of last week. As you know, Sifu Larry did get COVID. I thankfully was able to avoid it because I found out we realized real quick what was going on, and we were able to take our prior knowledge from when we had COVID several years back ago and apply it to that. So his symptoms were way less extreme, and he got healed up a lot faster. He still has a little bit of that, residual like breath issues and things like that, but he's doing all the right stuff. So don't worry about him. He's doing his Qigong and all the things that we preach to do to you guys and gals. He's working on behind the scenes to be able to rehabilitate fully so he can get back to fully training. And I thankfully only got a head cold. I never actually developed COVID, though it did make it very hard to get much done during that week. So I just really did my best to help Sifu Larry get healed up so we could be live here with you this evening. We will be starting our Thursday night webinars this upcoming week, but we wanted to make sure that we got at least one more webinar with you guys and gals. So thank you for joining us. For those of you that are on, Darren gave us a lot of love. Thank you so much. That is so helpful. I really appreciate you sending us all that super chat love. He says, thank you for changing my life from how I sleep, walk, sit, and my mindset. You guys are awesome. Looking forward to another wonderful year with you all. Yes, and we got some really good updates. I don't know if anyone got to watch the quick little video that I put up before we went live. If you haven't, I will share that, I think, at the end of this webinar with you guys and gals. We also have Ed. He's coming in from New York. Glad you're on, Ed. Good to see you on, brother. And we also have Caesar. Caesar says, hi to everyone once more time from Tijuana and many more. Next 2024. Happy New Year, family. Thank you so much. And we have Shalom. I said Shalom. Shalom to you too. You told me that it says, ladies and gentlemen, welcome and hello, welcome. We got off to a little rough start, but that's okay. We're here and that's what's important. John M's coming in from South Jersey says Happy New Year. We got Dr. Robbie on says Happy New Year. It says we're loud and clear. Ross says audio is good. And we have Tamika. Oh, Tamika, good to see you on. Hello, fam. Happy New Year. All right, fam. Well, let us know what questions you guys and gals have. There might be a couple more people coming on. I know not everyone was expecting us to come live on. It was kind of a surprise thing that we set up, and we had to wait till we knew that Sifu Larry was definitely out of the clear and healed up a little bit. So we were hoping to be with you guys live this past Thursday, but obviously that did not happen. But here we are. So also, while we're waiting for some questions to come along, I see some hearts. If you guys haven't already, please like, love, and share this. It does help us to just get the word out and everything like that. So thank you for those that do. Also, just wanted to give a shout out to our YouTube premium members. It's $4.99 a month. If you want to join that, you can. You don't have to. It's totally,
I got bags under my eyes.
I told you. He's like,
I barely slept.
He didn't sleep well. So we're running on low fumes here, but high in spirit here at Shaolin. We definitely have been having a lot of wacky funky nights as far as sleep. I know this past week I was up one evening till I didn't leave the office. I think it was till like 4:45 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, crazy. Though I wasn't too worried about it because my daughter, she had off and everything like that for school, so I didn't have to be up super early. So I still got at least 5 hours of sleep, I think, that day. But I had to get Enter Shaolin's server changed over. So if you guys have been logged in and checking out the site since then, you should notice it is way faster both on mobile and on your desktop. So yay for that. Woo. And that's so we can get ready for Enter Shaolin 2.0 because we're going to be having a live community. So that means there's going to be people on posting, sharing, chatting. And that meant we definitely had to upgrade our server. So that is now taken care of. So we're good to go on that. Ralph says flu season hard over here in Texas. You know, I think that's pretty much everywhere. I have friends and family all over the place, plus our awesome family members I talk to that are all over the place too. And it's just everywhere. Everywhere is getting hit pretty hard. I've heard, you know, some nasty cold that's going around. Obviously the vid, you know what I mean? And the regular good old fashioned flu as well. So make sure you guys just take good care of yourself. When I do launch Enter Shaolin 2.0, I will be writing a blog post about some of the things that we've learned over the past several years that really help with the vid, but I can't talk too much here on YouTube because you know how they feel about those things. So that'll be a post that I'll be sharing inside of our community when Enter Shaolin 2.0 launches, which is going to be sometime within the next week. So if you haven't already joined Enter Shaolin, we happen to have end of the year / New Year's sale going on that started today. You can go to entershaolin.com/renew. That's RENEW, renew. I will make sure to put the link in the comments. It is for a lifetime Abbott membership. You can save $2,200. You'll also get all the Abbott bonuses. You get lifetime access to the training vaults. And there's going to be some really cool options for you if you decide to be a part of Enter Shaolin 2.0's community. There's going to be a lot of cool bonuses in a founder sale that we're going to be having for our Abbott and VIP members only. So lots more where that came from. On Thursday, we'll be actually having a presentation so I can walk over the founder sale with our members and all the cool things that are going to be a part of Enter Shaolin 2.0 and some really cool bonuses for those that decide to become a founder of ES 2.1. So let's see. Tamika says, getting over my first hit of COVID. Well, I'm glad you are getting over it. I hope you're feeling better. And if you have any problems with long-term symptoms and recovery, feel free to email me at support@entershaolin.com, sis, and I will share some of the things that have helped us when we were dealing with long-term COVID symptoms. So Ralph says Sifu, passive resistance and active resistance. You explained it before, but can you again? Yes.
Yes, I can.
We can.
So the difference between passive resistance and active resistance is it's like passive resistance is basically structural integrity. It's a manner in which you hold yourself, where you can maintain the structure without having to fight for it. So active resistance is using force to oppose the pressure that's against you to overcome it. That's active resistance. So if you put your hand on a wall and you're pushing a wall, is that wall pushing you back? The answer is yes and no, right? It's passively resisting you. In other words, it's not physically opposing you because when you push into it, it's not trying to push back. It's just hard to push through because it's made of concrete. If that thing was made of a thin piece of paper and you pushed it, you'd go right through it. The passive resistance on that is very, very light. It just can't withstand your pressure, so it had to give into it. Whereas a concrete wall, unless you're greater than the concrete wall, then you're not going to go push it. Active resistance is like me trying to push back. It's like a piece of paper that's going to break. I put my hand behind the piece of paper and try to push through so you can't break it. That's active resistance. Active resistance. So active resistance is not what we want to use. We want to use passive resistance. And the idea is you are to take the pressure, whatever you pick. I don't care what it is. I like to say pick and stick, whether it's 5, whether it's 500. Pick a point in which you want to create the structural integrity in which you can withstand pressure. And the difference you convert. And that's where the wrist comes into play. That's where you turn your wrist to take the pressure and convert it off of you or into them or away from them. to bring the energy back. So it's not pressure that's building into your body, but it's either building into them or it's dumping off of them. It's one of the two, depending on how you do it. Me, I like to return it all the time if I can. If I can't, I'll dump it. But if I can't, I like to return it all the time because I want to use it against them. So that's the difference between active resistance and passive resistance. Active resistance requires you to be stronger than the opponent to withstand the pressure. Passive resistance means you just need to maintain, and the difference you convert. Hope that helped.
Let me know if you need any more information about that. Let me go back up here. Darren says, and a wonderful surprise for New Year's morning. We're in 2024 here. Darren's coming from Australia. He says, glad I had an early night. Well, yay. I'm going to be having an early night too. We're not doing anything either except for hanging out with y'all.
So Darren, we haven't had a webinar for you since last year. I take it then.
Yeah.
In quite some time.
That's so funny. So yay, thanks for joining us. And I'm glad you had an early night and got a hopefully a restful sleep. Let's see, CPR Premium says, hey, hope you had a wonderful Christmas and have a happy New Year, Sifufu.
We had a great, I can't answer for them, but I had a good Christmas because I spent it with my children in the morning. And then I had some Christmas dinner with friends. So I had a good time. New Year's, well,
We'll find
another
out.
day. Yeah, I have no plans. I'm just gonna go home, relax, enjoy the night, stay awake, which I usually do. I usually just stay awake for the midnight and just come into the new year awake, not sleep. So that's what I plan to do.
Yeah, and for me, I personally don't celebrate Christmas or technically the Gregorian New Year. That's a whole other story. I follow the Bible as far as those type of things. But I did have a good holiday for Hanukkah, though we didn't get to do what we normally do. Things were a little bit different. It's been just a weird year. 2023 is just a very sobering and bizarre year, and just a lot of things to help me just realize like things I'm not willing to entertain in my life anymore. Some of that includes people, as well as just other things that I'm just ready to shed and be done with. And I'm so happy that we're gonna be able to start 2024 off right with our Inner Shaolin 2.0 and our family here. So I'm grateful for all of you and thank you for coming. And I hope you had an amazing holiday as well. Let's see. Ralph says, thank you, Sifu. And CPR says, that's my business.
No, it's
yes.
the show.
Oh, yeah. I figured that was your business. I mean, I didn't, I just got what I have here on YouTube. It doesn't show me your personal information unless that is your username. John, hey, John, I hope you guys are doing good. You haven't missed too much yet. We've just been going over some stuff. We got some super chat love from Darren. And we did answer a question in regards to passive resistance and active resistance from Ralph. And other than that, we're just kind of catching up. Just trying to catching up. Oh, yeah. And apparently you missed me levitating. I mean, I was able to do that once when I was 7. True story. It was very strange and weird. And then once I realized I was doing it, I was never able to do it again. So I don't know what that means, but it did happen one time. When I was 7 in first grade. I remember it was in my bedroom on my bed when it happened. Very bizarre. But
that's when she thought for the first time she might be Kryptonian.
If I ever figure it out again, my Inner Shaolin family, especially those that join the you know what? If I can figure out how to do it again, that will be something that I teach the founders in Inner Shaolin 2.0. So let that be a reason to join, because you never know. God might just impart that wisdom upon me again. And then hopefully I can teach you. All right. So Andy told me, he says, worked on Christmas and still at work now. Something tells me my relief was not a nice individual and called off. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Andy told me, well, hopefully they didn't just stiff you and there was a good reason behind it. Let's hope for the best there. And I'm sorry that you've been working so much. I have been too. We've been kind of texting back and forth, that I've been working hard for y'all. So Edie told me, make sure you get lots of rest, stay hydrated, and do your qigong whenever you can. It has been a godsend for me, especially with all the extra crazy hours and just all the funky, weird stuff and energy that's going on with people being sick and just the world the world. You know what I mean? Akbar says, oh, hold on. Let me go to Shalom first. Sorry about that, Akbar. Shalom said, Tifu, some demonstration of speed and power.
Okay.
Be a little more specific. I mean,
Okay. So if you want speed, speed comes from getting that base and the root. So this is how you want to speed. So learning how to use your wrist to create speed, to do a continuity of motion. It's the secrets in the wrist. Okay. Speed is going to come from that shooting the base and the drive. So it's like that way you can do that. So when you're doing this way, so when you want to practice speed, turn your hips, get your root down. That's going to be your how you're going to get that base to come out fast. So you can see how fast I can bring it. Then combine that with that base. A true base has to have a drive. So when you do it, you're going to get that drive to come out. You want to shift your weight, turn the hip into it, and then you use your wrist. So you want to go, and then when you come back, we're torquing the wrist. So that way you can torque in that way. So you go, so you can see how my hands are. So that way you can see how I can rotate the wrist to change the angles to a continuity of motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is how you want to do it. So Sije Jamie's going to punch me. I'm going to enter in fast, but I'm going to shorten the hit so I don't want to accidentally hit at that speed.
So I still got things to do for NFL
yeah.
right now. Don't hurt me.
Punch very lightly, so because the speed is going to make the power. So if she's punching, right? You can see how I'm just turning the hand. See it? So if I want to follow through, so you can see that the hand goes right in. You should be able to hit the target before they can finish their punch. That's when you need to do it right. If you're doing it like this, by that time it's too late. You see how long it took me to get in there? The key is if I do it slow, you can see the base, the drive, and the turn in. You can see how I move that in. Once that comes in here, wrist just turns to follow in, which helps generate the next one. Then rotation of the wrist to help follow the third. So if I break it down slowly, you can see me go 1, 2, 3. So my wrist is following the motion to keep the fluidity going. This is how I generate that hit to keep going in from whether I use a forearm, elbow, or wrist, or knees or shoulders, whatever I'm using. Okay. The key is always use the wrist to keep accelerating the motion with the base constantly pushing that pressure to get that wrist to get that energy. Remember, a true base has a drive, a true drive has a torque. True torque must always turn to point of contact. So when you're doing hand speeds, it's coming from that base. So this is how you can use to intercept people's punches. Oh, she throws a hook punch, I do it slow so you can see it. You can see I turn, see? Then I go right back in. So you see, boom, boom, immediately. 1, 2. I can do it like this, go 1 here, 2 here. So you can see I can keep the flow going. So you can see it's very here. So 1, 2. See, just intercept. I can intercept the hit, right back to hit, and then my hand follows right in the hit like that. Again, that's to learn how to control your wrist, keeping the base alive, so that way you can make the drive, so then you can create the torque to control the energy.
Yes, John, we do have a drill for that. So,
what drill?
Okay, we can answer this real quick, Akbar, but I just realized it's already 6 o'clock. So we are going to have to wrap this up because we have a members only webinar. So members that are on, be patient. So Akbar says, start another question. So I'm gonna have him answer the first one, and then if we have time real quick, we'll go to the second one. So Akbar says, some Tai Chi Aikido artists claim they can manipulate the fascia. They say there is an optimal level of pressure that can control a body part to manipulate it. How true is this?
Well, that's vague. Control comes from the wrist and or the waist. That's it. And if they're saying from the shoulders, from the back, no. It's like what you're saying is like the best way to lose weight is to not eat as much, and it's like that, or to burn more calories than you consume. Yes, that's a general. Now specifically is how do you do it, and so that saying there is just very general. I don't know what they're trying to entail, because if they're saying, yeah, you throw your shoulders into it, then no, it's not right. If you turn your wrist into it, yes, then it's right. They're saying to turn the wrist while leaning, then no, it's not right. There are rules and guidelines which you must adhere to, the principles to make that work. So we always say 3 proofs: shoulder, elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist turns to point. You must go through that in order to make control. If you're turning your wrist while pulling the elbow backwards, let's say, then that's no good. There are styles I see when people do movements where they're doing this, and that won't work in real life.
In this case, we're talking about manipulating fascia. So in that regard, with the optimal amount of right pressure and right technique, can you manipulate the fascia and make someone move because you're basically breaking their point? Yes.
Yeah, again, I would say that's a question that's general, specific, like how you do it.
It's possible. If that's what you
but
want
yeah,
to know.
it's possible if you do the proper techniques.
Yes.
If you don't do the proper techniques, then it's not possible. That's why some people say this technique doesn't work, because they're muscling to make it work, and they're gonna say, oh, it doesn't work. No matter how hard the guys at full resist, it doesn't work. No, there's a way to do it to make it work.
Okay, real quick, we're gonna answer this next one from Akbar. He says, Sifu, when you say move from the wrist first and move the body as one unit, does this make your arm a first class lever? I've heard other Tai Chi people talk about this.
Okay, I like to say wrist is always last and wrist is always first. Okay, wrist has to always be the last, but yet has to always be the first. And what I mean by that is the wrist is the last to get the energy. It's always the first to control it. So the wrist has that purpose of being able to control the energy, but it's always the first to control, but it's always going to be the last to get the energy. It comes from the ground, which goes to the feet, where it goes ankle, knees, hips, shoulders, elbow, wrist. Okay, so it's always the last to get the energy, but it's always the first to control the energy. So when it gets to the wrist, it's the wrist that controls the energy. So when you hear me say, oh, your wrist has to do this, it's always the first to do that, to manipulate energy, but it's always the last to get the energy from the ground. So the wrist is always last, it's always first at the same time. So that's where you can get confusion when people say this and this. When you break it down, that's how it breaks down to. It's always the last to get the energy, but it's always the first to control it. Which is why when you see me do this, and I'll say, like, if I'm going to throw a fast punch, you must get this wrist to come up, but it can't drive anywhere. So I'm steering it, but notice there's no energy to get it to go anywhere, which is why the elbow's first, which is why you have to do it like that. So it's the last to get the energy, but it is the first to control the energy. Just think of a rear wheel drive in a car. When you drive the car, right, the power goes to the rear wheel drive, but because of that connection in the frame and the axle and everything, even though it gets the power first, because of that connection is right, the front wheel drive moves the exact same time, or the front wheel, I should say, should move the same time the rear wheel does, but what steers it will be the front wheel, not the rear. And so it might be the last to get the energy, but it'll be the first to control the energy. So the wrist is always the last, but has to be the first.
So is it a first class lever? Only if the person defining first class lever is talking about that.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps you, and hopefully that makes sense. We're gonna sign off for our members.
I don't think it's lever. He said lever. I think he's trying to say lever.
Lever.
Yeah, he's saying it's a lever. It's a first of the lever.
Lever.
That makes.
I'm sorry, I'm from the South, y'all.
And you said lover, right? Or did you just say
Lever.
lever?
Lever is how we say it down.
Lever. I thought you said lover.
No,
I thought that's what I thought you said. I was like lover. Like that's not lover.
No.
Lever. Okay, lever.
It's my Southern twang. I think someone's got a lover on his mind, but we won't talk about Fight Club. All right, members, we're gonna see you in
Larry is cute. Well, you don't think you're cute?
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna sign off here. Members,
2024.
And if you haven't, I don't give a what year it is. You better watch yourself. All right.
Look, I'm not saying that I'm cute.
But you're not denying it. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this cuteness, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. Members, we'll see you in a couple minutes. Sorry, we're running a little bit late. It's a little chaotic. For those of you on YouTube, we will be seeing you again Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's our new time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Members, we're going to see you in a moment, and then we'll see you again on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So I'm going to play this little clip for y'all, and then members, we'll see you in a moment. All right, fam. Bye for now. Enjoy. Enjoy this clip if you haven't already seen it.
For the past 30 years, Sifu has been passing down his knowledge of Kung Fu that was taught to him from his family. While we teach Wing Chun, Tai Chi, Qigong, Qinam, women's self-defense, ground fighting and much, much more. Everything we teach is taught through the filter of No Dakna, Sifu's family martial arts system. It's not enough to just teach you a technique. Have you ever felt like even after learning a technique you still don't know how and when to use it? That's okay if it is, because you have come to literally the best online Kung Fu training site you will find on the internet. I know it's a bold claim. That's why we have a 14-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked policy. If after joining us, you don't think we have delivered on the goods, simply email us letting us know that we disappointed you. And we will give you your money back. You have absolutely nothing to lose. We didn't believe that anyone was interested in learning Kung Fu online. However, Sije Jamie knew in her heart that if she built it, they would come. And come they did. We have members from all walks of life and all levels of experience. That's not all. This isn't like joining one of those martial art membership sites where you get a few videos and no interactive training. Here at Enter Shaolin you get instant access to over 1,400 Kung Fu lessons. Other sites only let you have one lesson a week and charge you $57 a month. You have questions, we have answers. We will answer your questions or we will shoot videos for you personally. By now, you probably realize you have found the golden dragon of Kung Fu. You can keep on doing what you are doing, or you can finally learn all the hidden decoder ring secrets that nobody else will teach you. In most cases they aren't trying to hide the secrets from you. They simply don't know them. Unfortunately, over the years the martial arts have gotten watered down. We believe you deserve nothing but the best. Don't you? That's why we pour out our hearts and souls into creating the best site on the internet for you to come, learn and be a part of our family.
So, all right, family. So we'll be seeing our members here shortly. I just saw a message from Darren. Yes, it is the same link. I'm actually about to send out the email and I messed up. I was thinking about how originally I was going to do this at 5 to 6, but we had some errors. So we're doing it at 5:30 to 6:30. So I'm actually not late. I'm early. Please, Lord, let 24 not be this complicated. Okay. So there's that. All right, so I went ahead and I sent that out. Let me just share my screen with you guys and gals. I'm going to just show some stuff to you real quick. Let me go ahead and go back over to here. All my windows just went wonky on me. No. Maybe not. There we go. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. All right, so I'm going to just share this with you real quick because there's another important update real quick before I go over to the members. So let me share my screen again. All right, guys, so this is the link that I put in the chat and everything. So if you're not an Avid member already, you definitely gonna want to check that out. You're not going to see this up here. This is just because I'm logged in as an admin right now. But the sale will end on the 3rd at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. So you have a little over 3 days to take advantage of this and save $2,000 to $2,200 off. If you do the one-time pay, you save $2,200 right away. But we do have a 2-pay and a 10-pay option if you would like to use that and that works for you. So if you don't know what you get access to, I'm going to share this part in a moment, but we'll get back to that. You get access to our training hall, which we've been building since 2014. Actually, technically we started in December 2013, but we weren't live and interactive until May 1st of 2014. So you get access to our No Dak Na training, our core training, our Qigong, our Chin Na, our Wing Chun, our Tai Chi, our women's defense, which are scenario-based trainings, our ground fighting, and some of our NDN seminar footage and past webinars. So you get access to all of that good stuff. You get access to the No Deck Not Intro, the NDN 101 course, which is a 52-week course that helps you to basically have your syllabus for the next year with us. And then access into the training hall, which is going to be changed to the training vault in the future. And you get access to the Abbott Tribe Rewards, which it enables you to be able to have access to our Abbott chat. You get to submit training request videos if you have anything specific you would like us to cover that we haven't covered yet. You also get access to a monthly video critique as well, and some other cool Abbott exclusive bonuses. There's a whole lot more to this, and there's some really good testimonials you guys and gals can go check out on your own. But I also wanted to share this. This is something we haven't really talked too much about, but Enter Shaolin 2.0, we're going to have what's called a member-only founder launch. So this is not going to be something that's going to be advertised on YouTube. It's not going to be something that you'll find somewhere else unless you are an Abbott member and or a VIP member to enter Shaolin. So with that, I'll just read what this says. It says we're 95% complete on ES 2.0, and all Abbott and VIP members will get access to our special Enter Shaolin 2.0 member-only founder launch special. We're only going to make room for 40 founders, and there's a reason, because of some of the bonuses that we're going to be giving out are pretty big and are going to require us to, have focus on those people more frequently. We're going to be doing a founders corner, kind of think the Knights of the Round Table type of thing, where we're going to have a virtual room where we're going to meet up at least once a month and talk about some changes and different things that we're going to be doing with Enter Shaolin. And we'll give you guys and gals access to be able to vote on some of the things that we're working on, what we should release next, and different things like that. So you'll be able to have a say and be a part of Enter Shaolin's growth from here on out. That's one thing. There's going to be also some limited time swag bonuses that are going to be for founders only that we're going to be including as well. One of those things you'll just get automatically as a founder, and the other ones you can purchase if you decide you want to get some more of the founder only limited edition swag. And there's going to be other really cool bonuses besides that, some exclusive discounts that you guys will get, and other bonuses that you'll get in our ambassador program that we're going to be releasing, as well as, everything else that's getting revamped and redone on the website. So when this launches, the website's not going to look the same, except for the trading vault. That will still look the same. So members that are watching this later, if you're like, oh my goodness, you'll still be able to access your content the same way as of right now. We might eventually migrate those training courses over to our new learning management system, but for right now, those will still be easily accessible the same way. And then if we do transfer them, they'll just be even more easily accessible inside of Enter Shaolin 2.0. There is no, I have to sign up to ES 2.0. If you don't want to hang out with us on a regular basis and all of our cool founding members and our cool Enter Shaolin members, and you don't want to have accountability partners, and you don't want to be part of our virtual community, and you're just like, I just want to train on my own, you can just keep doing that. But you also need to be a member for Enter Shaolin, the training vault, if you want to do that. So the sale's for you too. But if you want to be a part of our community and be able to have a say in what goes on in Enter Shaolin and be part of the growth of this company and our community and our family, you definitely want to become an Abbott member if you're not already one, so you get access to the training vault for life, but also have the ability to get access to this founder sale that we're going to have for Enter Shaolin 2.0 with all the bonuses. Again, this is only going to be for our members only that we're going to have that. So I just wanted to share that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen real quick and just see if we have any more comments or questions real quick, since I messed up on the time. Sorry about that, guys. I was cutting you off. I was like, man, that hour went really quick. I'm kind of happy that it was me and not the hour moving that quickly, because that was a little too much. So let's see what comments and questions we have. If you guys have any questions about anything I just said, feel free to ask in the comment section while I reload this back up here and be able to access this. Well, that's not it. There we go. There's the current one. Had me on from a couple months ago. That's not helpful to me. Ed's laughing. Yes, I know. Don says, did we ever get 102 started, or is that the 2.0? No, that's not the same. That I don't know. Sifu, are you available to talk about the 102 course? Okay, in a minute or two, he'll come over and talk about that. That is Sifu Larry's territory. That is it's totally separate from that. Enter Shaolin 2.0 is going to have our virtual rooms. You're going to have a profile. You're going to basically think about a way cooler version of Facebook, a place that you actually want to hang out and talk to people and get to know people, because it's all Enter Shaolin people, and Enter Shaolin people are amazing and awesome. In case you haven't noticed, you probably already know that, John, because you're one of them. So, but in case you didn't know, we have a lot of awesome family members. It's gonna be a place where you can share your Kung Fu journey and different things like that. We'll also have some really cool ways for members to be able to share what they're doing, like a members directory and stuff like that. So if you have a business or a service, there'll be different ways that you can advertise and share what you do with our family member. It's about creating the online community that I would like for us to eventually have in person. So think of it as the virtual healing retreat center of Enter Shaolin, virtual, to help give you guys the ideas and the feels and the energy of what's to come. So there'll be different ways for people to buy courses and stuff like that, like a lot of mini courses and things like that. If they want to buy some of our smaller courses, it's going to definitely be a place for people to get to know Enter Shaolin more and just be a part of the community. But if they want to deep dive, they can. The training vault is going to stay the training vault, and we're going to keep adding to those sections as we film and we're able to add to those sections. I know we still have some stuff in Tai Chi that we're going to be filming. There's some more things in Wing Chun we're going to be filming, probably a couple more things in Nodak Na, and I'm sure there's some more things in Qigong. But inside of our actual new learning management system, we'll even have ways for our members, if they have any ideas for courses that maybe they'd like to teach and share. I have a couple ideas with some of our members that I'm already thinking of. It'll be a way that they can bring their courses live and interactive on there. And there's a lot more complicated things that are really cool that I'll be sharing more about in the presentation. But the basis of it, it's going to be a completely redone website. It's going to have a community aspect online inside. We'll probably still leave the Facebook private group up, but really no one's in there. No one really uses it that much. This is hopefully something that people will use more, engage more, and help people to stay on track with their training and stay accountable and be encouraged to keep moving forward. So that's the gist of it. Hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully Sifu Larry will come in and share a little bit more about the 102. Darren says, I was wondering about the 102 as well. If you do 101, then 102, that covers all of Qigong and Tai Chi too. I'm going to let Sifu Larry talk about that because I think his idea for 102 is a little bit different than what you guys are thinking it is. So I'll wait for him to share that. And if he doesn't, get off of the game that he's playing, because apparently,
Should I take over?
He's playing a game that he's going to get penalized for if he just quits. So I tell him, to stop gaming during live. But I'm dealing with
Ross.
men that are grown that act like not grown men sometimes.
Okay, what I gotta do?
So can you explain what your idea for Enter Shaolin
So there's a couple of things.
102 is?
So we've been building out Enter Shaolin 2.0 for a while. And so part of the problem with coming up with a course was trying to figure out how we're going to deliver the course on what platform, because the first course that all the courses we have right now are on courseware. And we are currently looking at
WP courseware.
Yeah. And we're looking at 2 new platforms to deliver courses. Well, as I was thinking about this, 102 is going to follow 101. So in 102, we're going to dive into the second set in Tai Chi, and we're going to dive into moving towards more of what Chum Kyu is all about in Wing Chun. But with that being said, we're also putting together the NDN Quick Start, right? And it's just going to be a focus of sensitivity training, much like what I'm doing in the VIP section, but it's going to be focused on helping people work with their partners and working on sensitivity drills and co-op training so they can start developing that skill set. So that's the 2 areas I'm focusing on the most in Enter Shaolin 2.0. But there is so much that we're bringing into this new platform that it's going to take some time to roll everything out.
That freaks me out. It just like went away
What
for a
was-
second
what-
there. So,
Did that
well,
answer your question?
I don't know.
I was playing a video game. I don't know what the question is.
I know. Well, Darren says I was wondering about 102 as well. If you do the 101, the 102, will that cover all the Qigong and Tai
Yeah,
Chi?
it will actually go into the a little bit about the 40 breaths. I don't think I went into that in the. Did I go into,
No, you didn't.
it's gonna go into the 40 breaths. It's gonna follow chronologically where it left off
Are you
and the way that
still,
I learned myself.
are you
was-
still good talking about doing the live webinar?
Yeah, the live webinar is gonna be a big part of it because I realize not every person learns identical. So since every person learns differently, an explanation or maybe a demonstration done differently might help that individual understand the concept, because there's so you can talk about one concept in 100 different ways. So part of Enter Shaolin 2.0 is we're going to actually have a lot more webinars in a lot more, and they're going to be a lot more accessible throughout the week, because we're going to be interactive within the community itself. So a lot more of these things are going to be happening regularly, and they'll be part of these things. So it's hard to, you have to visually get inside Enter Shaolin 2.0 to understand the flow of how you can move through the different places and get involved with different things that's going to be happening within the community.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool.
It's
A lot more fun and
you have to
engaging, I think.
visualize it. You have to see it.
Well, that's what I'm gonna be working on, is creating the visualization so they can see that this upcoming week in my presentation that I'm gonna be doing.
Because a
So-
part of what we're also going to be doing for the people she was talking about, for the founders, is we're going to be doing a lot to help our community members get all they can get out of Enter Shaolin in every direction, right?
Yeah, there's a lot to it. There's ways that you can earn money from referring people, and there's different tier levels and things like that. We're gonna have where we're gonna help people create training clubs in their areas, but it's not everyone necessarily is gonna be ready for that. So there's gonna be certain people that initially, as we're rolling them out, that we are going to talk to, that we have, seen at webinars or seen here, in the Quoon, and we know they have the basic understanding and knowledge and stuff to be able to put in a training club. in
Right.
their
So the
area.
idea is for so you guys are wondering, part of Enter Shaolin 2.0 is the idea is to open up a bigger funnel to attract more people into the community. And when a person gets inside the community, to have more options and be able to go more directions, kind of where they want to go, and kind of pick and chart their own courses with a foundation there and individual paths for people who want to take up those journeys.
Exactly. Yeah, that
that
would be
make
the
sense?
short
Is
of
that- is
it.
that-
Yeah,
is
there's
that-
going to be mini courses. There's going to be ways for them to purchase parts of the training hall, not all of the training vaults that we currently have, but
And
there'll be
can I say
parts
one
of
more thing?
that.
The biggest part of Enter Shaolin 2.0 was to empower you to have more more of you in Enter Shaolin, so you can personalize it more to who you are. And for everybody to really express themselves. Part of being a good martial artist is having the ability to express yourself, to really express who you are. I mean, it's martial arts, right? Why is the arts in there? Because it's something you're supposed to express. It's your personal expression. So what I feel that's been lost in what the product we put out is we don't have a really good ability
Yeah.
for individuals to really tailor and feel like they're part of a home, and they can tell their story.
Which is literally
they
the
can
bipolar
share who they
opposite
are.
of what we
And that's what
wanted to do.
That's what
So,
we want to do.
yeah.
And it's been a few years waiting for certain types of software to be invented, right? Having
testing this, testing that,
even
seeing what plays nice together.
we had wanted to run hard launching Enter Shaolin back in November before my birthday. We wanted to
2.0.
run really hard. And once we started tying everything together, the reality of what we're doing is different than what everybody else is doing, because we're inventing things.
Yeah, we're definitely inventing some stuff.
We're
So
putting
it's gonna
things-
be really
And to
exciting.
be honest with you, when we came up with Enter Shaolin to begin with, we invented something, right? We created something and pieced things together.
And now there's a lot of stuff that's similar, but it'll never be Enter Shaolin. It's
So-
never gonna be no deck knob.
So Enter
but
Shaolin 2.0 is
up it up
really,
and up,
it's
couple
really a
notches.
way for us to make it so that it's totally complete for every person who's coming to Enter Shaolin, and it'll help them get whatever it is that they're looking for to get out of it, whether it's just better health, a better attitude, to really learn you know, our martial art, whatever purpose the
If you're
person.
part of the ambassador
They can
program,
find-
you're gonna
right,
learn
right.
marketing, skills and different things like that too, that you can apply to anything, not just,
So,
marketing
so
or
we're,
Shaolin.
we're,
So there's a
we're
lot of cool
putting,
stuff.
we're putting everything we have, into this community. And so I feel like when you guys see it, you're gonna be really happy. That's all.
Yay. Awesome. Don said, Seafood Larry, good to see that you're okay.
I'm alive. Although I'm still chest congested, but I'm getting better.
Ralph says, watch the Izzo segment from where he explained the interview with Sifu. I learned so much from your explanation of NDN. Glad you enjoyed that. Get off Mortal Kombat, Larry. No, if
League
it's
of
Mortal
Legends,
Kombat,
man.
then he could have just quit, but like League of Legends will penalize you.
I'm in the league.
He's apparently in the league, so he's got to be a good boy. We'll work on that. Yeah, let's see. Go through here. All right. Let's see. Let's double check and make sure that I got everyone. Thank you again, Caesar and Darren, for the super chat love. Really appreciate that. Francisco says, good day. I see other weapon and karate. YouTube, did you teach weapon for your vlog? Well, if you're talking about on our actual training website, it's not a vlog, but we have a training curriculum. We teach all the different styles that we teach, except for 5 animals. That'll be something that we're going to be doing some mini courses for in Enter Shaolin 2.0. But we have our Tai Chi, our Wing Chun, our Chin Na, our Qigong. I think I already said that. Sword training, no deck knot, and all kinds of other good stuff. You guys can make sure that you access that. We do it each weapons in here. We have more practical weapons in there right now, so like knife, tactical pen, paint, everything like that. I know people are wondering, I think you should say whatever you can. But we will have staff. I think we have another. Yeah, so we'll do the swords, all the stuff. So we still have more things to film and the weapons. Yeah, those we do have weapons already. They're gonna everything that we put. Well, everything. So if you're gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say it's everything. Everything that needs to complete those sections will be in there. Let me be very specific, because this man is throwing me under the bus all the time. All right, and says they're coming through very verbal to Larry. That's probably because he was standing too far away and it's not like that. So I'm not sure if you guys see that out, but basically he was talking about how we have some weapon stuff inside of the Inner Channel website currently. And there will be more weapons that'll be added in the training vault for our avid and our senior members and senior members that have access to that. So if you guys haven't signed up to the sale yet, make sure you do. Go to entertainment.com. I actually posted the comment section. It's also below the video. .com for the load video, comment, the comment section. All right, fam. Now we're really signing off. Okay, thanks for joining us at the end of 2023.